I'm a fashion designer, and I am here working on my dream, and it's been like very hectic, um, very hard time for me. I'm trying to do this by myself. Got my studio a while back and not able to make any clothes yet. I'm just here doing alterations and so on, but I'll get there, and I hope you follow my journey. And yeah, I'm actually depending on YouTube to get this done. All right. So, you know, when folks say it's very hard for young designers to rise, it is, especially when you're of color. So, yeah. So I'm here switching things around. This is my ironing board that I designed some time ago. Yeah, and I have to switch it around, put it to the corner. I will show you the space in a minute. Yeah, I've been like lifting a lot of heavy stuff, but I know how to lift. I'm not like, you know, I'm not going to lift something and then feel a certain way and not stop. Yeah. So. Pulling. Trying to set up the machines really well. Guys, see my eyes? Very dark because I haven't slept. You know, I'm trying to make sure I get this done and then I can go to sleep. Yeah, time is going, guys. It's been a while. I've been in the studio, like maybe about 5-6 months, and all I do is alter clothes, and that's not what I want to do, but it pays the bills. I want to design my clothes and make my clothes so you can wear it. That's my dream, for you to wear my clothes. Yeah. So hopefully this can happen. You know, somebody asked me if I need help. Of course I need help, but I'm too proud to ask for help. I'm too proud to ask for any help, you know. But hey, what you gonna do? Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Yeah, you guys coming on now. Look, my eyes are so dark. But you know what? This is a real story. Yeah. I haven't slept 2 nights. Just have to get certain things done, you know, like, look, I'm trying to make a little store over here, and then I put the machines back here, because every time I mix the machine and the area where my clothes supposed to be, kind of look like, you know, I'm just a seamstress, you know. So I separate the fashion designing from the seamstress thing, and hopefully it will work. So I'm moving this. Sorry guys, my eyes are so dark. I wish I had a pair of glasses, but no, I don't. I designed this ironing board some time ago. Let me show you. I designed this ironing board some time ago. I had somebody made it, you know. So, and now pushing it over to the wall, and I'm gonna line up all the machines here, all here, and these things go under here. And you know, I'm set up the whole place, put my heat press machine, everything over here, bring the machines around, all these machines, and get this computer on the table over here. I don't know what I was doing putting that computer right in front of me. That's crazy, right? So once I set up, everything gonna be good, you know. I'm working on it. Working on it. Yeah. So let me set this. Okay. Yeah, hopefully you guys can come and see me when I make my clothes. I'll get something. Yeah. Okay. So now I set it up here. Now I set it up there. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. Get that out the way. So now I'm gonna put these things underneath. Oh. I love these containers. You know, I get these from the container store. You know, it's some stackable drawers. I like these containers. They're very cool. So I'm gonna wipe them off. And then I have some other ones here that I can stock on top of each other. So yeah. I put this under here like so. And I have these small ones. Three tall ones. Tall ones. And then another one. I have to start making my clothes. I'm gonna start having my fashion shows and so on. But you know, everything takes time and money. Whew. Tell me about it, this money thing. Yeah. Guys, every time I get set back, you know, and I said it before that people see you work with celebrities and all, and they think it's oh, she's making money. A lot of times people hold on to your money, you can't get your money, you know. And sometimes I said I was gonna go online and do a fundraising thing, but I see how some people are online, so I'm like, you know what, maybe I try to push and do my thing, because these people don't get it. Like, they see you doing something, they think You have a whole lot of money coming in. No, if I had a whole lot of money coming in, I wouldn't be doing this. It wouldn't take me this long to get what I need. Yeah, things is rough, guys, and paying so much bills and yeah, no, look at this. Paying all the bills and then turn around and to get the clothes done. You see, one of the main thing with designing, why a lot of people who are young designers never get where they need to go. One thing I know, we do a lot of different things, which if we just stick to one thing, like maybe get one dress, a dress that folks would like, and then grade it to different sizes and get them made. That's an idea, but apart from that, if you're trying to do a line, it is tough because you have to design the garment, make the garment. You have to design it, make the sample. Then you have to take it to after you make the sample, you have to fit it. So you have to pay somebody to fit. And then after you fit it, then you have to take it to a place, a pattern place to grade to different sizes. It depends on how many sizes you want. If it's one size fit all, then it's it's a little bit easier. But if it's not one size fit all, and you're doing small, medium, large, extra large, and so on, it's gonna be expensive. Now you come into new colors. Say for instance, you want a yellow. It's one dress. So you want a yellow, you want a blue, you want an orange. And think about all those colors in different sizes: small, medium, large, extra large, 2x, 3x large, or whatever. So it's very difficult because if you notice, a lot of young designers only make one piece, and when they have a fashion show, that's it. You don't see them anymore, you don't hear anything from them. I'm trying to cut that out because I've done that and it's frustrating. I can do better than that. So I want to see my clothes lined up. Actually, my clothes was lined up before this dress that I made some time ago. That dress, that was a hit, right? Except for this person who was selling my dress, he wanted 60% and I should get 40. And I made the dress. I came up with the designs. I came up with the fabric. I came up with everything, and he wanted me to pay him 60% just to sell my dress. So I didn't know what I had that time. I just allowed him to do it because I just started out. But after a while, I realized what I had, and I said to myself, Sharon, why did you do this? Like, why don't you believe in yourself, And now, I would never let somebody take advantage like me again. I mean, take advantage of me like that again, sorry. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm just going to make clothes and have them here. And then I may go to the different shows that they have out there and sell them, so I can get to the next level. And I can get to be on the big shows, because I deserve to be on the big shows, because I'm a real designer. I'm not a fake designer. I'm real. I've been doing this for years, and people may ask why you haven't gotten anywhere. I had a friend who said, "Oh my God, you've been doing this for so long," and that made me feel bad because they don't understand this thing takes money. And after I worked with my agency, I worked with an agency since 2007. And my agency, I don't know what happened. Something happened where they kept my money. So they pay me, trying to spoon feed me like I'm a child. So that kind of set me back. And even though they knew what I was doing, I was trying to put my clothes out there, because when I'm at work, I really don't pay attention. I really don't. I will work, but I really didn't try to take clients because I'm focusing on being a designer. And the folks who took clients, they are the ones that still working. Now, during the pandemic, I got lost. Like, I can't believe I've been working with these people for so many years, working with all these celebrities, and I end up getting lost. But yeah, I have a dream and I want to bring my dream forward, and it's gonna happen. You know, it takes money, takes time, but it's gonna happen. I believe in God. I believe God is gonna do something for me. Like God gave me this idea. I believe it's God gave me this idea today to fix the place like this because, like I said, I had all the machines all together with all my stuff, and I said, you know what? This is a good idea to, you know, make a L shape, leave over there empty, just put the mannequins over there as you enter the room. You see the mannequins, you see clothes, you know. And maybe I'll get a little partition thing, and you can walk through a little door to come in here. It's not a big old space, but it can work. Yeah. And yeah, so folks are asking me, why don't you sell your clothes? You have clothes. Listen, I have samples. I don't have clothes to sell. I have samples. No one is gonna understand what I'm going through except for me. I understand what I'm going through because I know about this business inside out, and if you don't have the funds to do this business, it's tough, you know. So I think when you guys see a young designer and a good designer, support that designer, you know, support that designer because it is tough for them to get somewhere, especially when they know how to do the business, because there are some designers that don't know how to do anything. They get money and they, you know, they don't know how to do it. But I've been pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to get things together. Every time there's a roadblock for me. But I'm going to push that block out of the way, and I'm going to do what I need to do, you know, to get this thing going. That's what I'm going to do. You can see already because I never stop. I keep it moving. But sometimes I can get very tired altering clothes, you know, because my dream is what I want to fulfill, you know. But hey, a girl got to do what a girl got to do, right? Yeah. So anyway, enough of that. So I'm gonna set up the machines the way it's supposed to set up. So you know, I purchased these machines some time ago. You know, like this machine is called a pearl stitch machine, and it does like the little pearl stitch on the chiffon edges. I don't know if you know what type of fabric I'm talking about. This one does the cover stitch, which you find on this. This is the cover stitch, the double stitch here. I think you can see it on the white better. The double stitch here and the double stitch on top and the complicated stitch on the bottom. You can use it to make t-shirts and stuff like that. So, and it carries 6 threads. So imagine I'm making a yellow garment or a white garment. I have to have 6 threads each time. You know what I mean? So all that costs money. This one is 3 threads. And I'm going to clean them up. This is my serger. This is like a workhorse. This is what I use all the time. I have to fix the inside of the clothes. So this machine is needed every day. This is my straight stitch and zigzag. So I need to get me a Juki machine, which is a machine that, another straight stitch, you know. That's a heavy duty straight stitch. So You can sew leather with that and stuff like that, you know. So yeah. And I got my heat press machine. So I invest in all these things. Now I need a grommet machine. Grommet machine that put metal in the clothes. And I need some racks on the wall. I need some, you know, to put the clothes that I'm not using right now in garment bags and put them up here around, you know. And that's going to make the place look good, because now it's like I'm going to get things off the floor and so on. I do some painting. I do my t-shirts, and you know, paint my own garments. I have my own print also, and you know, it's, yeah, I'm gonna be doing more prints, but yeah, getting there. Everything is a little bit slow, but it's gonna happen, because God is gonna let this happen. It's gonna let this happen for me. So yeah. um and I dislike when folks don't get it. I dislike when folks think that I can just snap my finger and get this done. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like, especially if you're gonna make clothes like H&M clothes, yeah, then you can do that. But I want to do something different. I have ideas, and I just want to do something different. I don't want to do stuff like H&M, so I can't just snap my finger. If I was gonna do things like H&M, I would just snap my finger and do it, right? But I like different things. I don't even like to, if I'm wearing something and I see somebody in it out the street, I'll add buttons to it, or make some changes to it so it kind of look different from what the person is wearing. I like that. I like to look a little bit different, you know, not like I wouldn't like to look like anyone else, but I like to be different. Yeah. So you'll see the difference in my clothes also, if you guys just bear with me and believe in me. I have to believe in myself also, you know. Yeah. So I love these chairs. I got these chairs from IKEA. I cover them with my fabric, but I love it because they're so comfy. They're so comfy. Oh my God. So I need to get 2 more chairs like that. And no, I have a friend who said to me, every time you want something, every time you need something, I said, listen, I need things for my comfort. I need things so I can do what I need to do, right? You can't tell me what I need. I know what I need. I know what I need, because when I'm here and I'm working, I want to have everything that I need, right? So, you know, some people don't get it. It's like this. It's my printer. I make sure I have my printer. Because if I need to print something while I'm working, you bet I'm going to print something while I'm working, you know? Yeah. So I like to have all my stuff. Because when I'm working, I don't want to leave here. I just want to work. Man, I'll work until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's me. I work until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Would you believe, when I was at my apartment, not when I was, but at my apartment, forgive my eyes. At my apartment, there's a lady downstairs that, she was always mad at me because she said I make noise. But now I come over here, and a lady next door, a Chinese lady, said, I'm making noise. I said, I'm in my studio. Like, how do I make noise in my studio? This is my studio. Why would I stop making noise in my studio? So we had a fight, and yeah. I'm not gonna worry about this person. she live in here. This is a workspace. I don't understand, but whatever. I don't know if she's listening to me, but yeah. But anyway, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming tonight to watch what I'm doing. And hopefully you guys follow my journey. Because I'm here to do serious things on YouTube. I want to do serious things on YouTube. Actually, I have an interview to do also. I have to interview a grading factory owner, and I have to interview a grading factory owner and a manufacturing owner. Because the thing is, I want folks to understand how this business works, because some people just think that is so easy. It's so easy to do this business. But I want you to follow my journey. I was supposed to do this interview on the 4th for the grading factory, because we want to take you in the factory, show you how they grade the patterns from small, medium, large to extra large, whatever. I want to show you guys how it's done. And then you have to get the pattern right. So I want to actually bring a pattern and, get my pattern done that day. Maybe, I don't know if they'll be able to do it that day, but you'll see where the guy's going to show me, give me a table, and he's going to tell me, hey, you can use this table to fix your pattern. And he actually helps me. He helped me the last time to get this thing called marker. So you set up the pieces of patterns, and he'll just like tell you how to set it up so they can put the information in the machine and get to print off the pattern and grade it to different sizes. So I want to take you there, and I'm also going to be going to the factory where they sew in the clothes and so on. And I'm actually going to be doing this around the USA, and then hopefully I can get to go overseas. I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. I have a dream, and hopefully this dream will come true. So I need your guys' support. I need you guys to stay on and support me. Just, subscribe. Make sure that... Oh, I found the glasses. Because it looked like somebody hit me in my eye. But no one hit me in my eye, guys. I just didn't get any sleep. Hold on. And it's becoming... It's my... Oh, yeah. See? Don't I look better? Oh. Anyway. So, what was I saying again? Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see. Can I read this? Bumbo. Haha. You can do it. Yes. Thank you for letting me know that. I believe in it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I worked with so many celebrities over the years, and I should be wealthy right now, but I can't even begin to explain the stuff that I've been through. Not with them, but with being a freelancer, and with my job, I didn't work every day. I just work when they call me, so I was on call, and I keep running here, running there. I can tell you a story. One day, they called me from the agency and they said, Sharon, you need to run to a job. So I said, oh my God. So I said, I'm gonna shower and get to the job because I was always tired because I kept running. It's like I'm a doctor on call, like a closed doctor on call. Yeah. So I I I ran down the street and the booker called me and said, Sharon, are you there yet? And I'm like, and I felt like this. I said, try to see if I have clothes on. And I said, when she called me, she said, leave me alone, leave me alone. I start screaming in the middle of the street. And you know what? She said, Sharon, don't go, don't go, don't go. So I started screaming. I said, leave me alone. And, because I was always running, I'm tired. You see me with my sewing machine running down the street, running. And she always used to give me the short jobs. Like, she would give me a job at the spur of the moment. Run to Madison Square Garden, run to this place, run to that place. Oh my God. I said to myself, all I want to do is work on my designs. Work on my designs, But I really don't know what happened with these folks as far as payment goes. If I was getting paid the way I need to get paid, oh my God. Yeah, I get paid. By the time you get paid, you have to pay all the bills. Everything comes on you. Yes, I purchase fabrics. That's it. I think this was my biggest problem. I used to love fabrics. But a friend of mine used to say, we used to work in a fabric store together, and she would say, Sharon, you like this? You like this? And we would fight for the fabric. But then after a while, I said to myself, why am I buying these fabrics? Because you're supposed to come up with an idea. First, you have your niche, right? You come up with your idea, you have your inspiration, and you work from that. Like, why would I just go buy random fabrics that other designers make? And now I'm stuck with them. So I kind of use some of these fabrics to make a sample, and all that muslin fabric at the bottom there, those light beige fabric, I use them to drape on the mannequin. Right, so yeah, because when you buy your fabric to do your designs, you're not going to be buying all these different fabrics. These are other people's fabrics, Now, this is my fabric. This is the fabric I come up with. And there's another one. Yeah, and there's another fabric. I think these are the fabrics I come up with. I can make my own pattern. Why am I buying all these fabrics? And I was stuck with them. Now, when I was in my apartment, fabrics was all over the place. Like, oh my goodness, I had fabrics in this closet, that closet. I was crying. I kept said to myself, I need to get out of here. My apartment was like a factory. I said, I need to get out of here. I need to get into a space. And I tried. I got into one space before. I had problems with my agency paying me then. And they took long to pay me. They said it's 30 days net. 30 days you get paid. Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes it's 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes I'm so backed up with the bills, So I said, okay. I moved back home. And then I remember I went down the street in Harlem, and there was a man that used to smoke in his space. He had like a big building, and he used to smoke in the space. And I went in there and I asked him, I said, can you rent me the space for $500? Just a little space, because he had the back. All they do is play some game in the back and smoke. And I said, can you just give me the front for $500? He laughed at me. I said, how about 8? He laughed at me. He called his son. He said, Sharon trying to get the space for that. You know, the space is really 3,000 a month. I said, okay. And I cried that day. I said, you know what, it's okay. I'm just asking you for a little part of the front. Just give me 2 months, to get myself together. No. And I said, if I don't do well in 2 months, then you can kick me out. He said no. So I said, okay. So the next place I got a space on 125th Street in Harlem, and that space was nice. It's a store, but it's more like a store. I needed a more intimate space, and um, it was good for the time. Now I come over here. I got me this space in Long Island City, and it's great. I mean, I can stay here 24/7. I don't have to worry about anyone gonna kick me out. And sometimes, because of hardship, my daughter would tell me, "Mommy, I'm gonna get you an apartment that you can just move the stuff back in the apartment." I start having a heart palpitation. I'm like, I don't want to go back into no apartment with my stuff. Can you imagine? Imagine living with all of this. No, you tell me. Can you imagine living with all of this in your apartment? Hmm? And if I followed folks, I would have sold my stuff. But no, I have all the stuff I need except my grommet machine, and I take my time to buy my stuff. Every time I get money, that's where my money goes, into my stuff, my business. So I'm saying to myself, like, folks who can't see what's going on, who think I'm joking around, they don't understand. If I just get all the stuff I need, you will see work. But they don't understand. They kept making me feel a certain way, but they'll see. Rome wasn't built in one day, you know. And that's why I joined YouTube, because I said to myself, a lot of people are making money on YouTube. If I can go on YouTube and do my YouTube channel, then I'll be able to relax. I don't have to be running here, running there, fixing clothes, doing this, doing that. And maybe I'll have somebody else here to help me sew also. Like, I can take alterations and have somebody here help me to sew. But I'll be able to do my work without worrying, because my bills will be paid. And I've been doing this for years and years and years, and people kept telling me, "Oh, you've been doing this for so many years and you haven't gotten anywhere." You know how bad I feel? You know how bad I feel when people tell me that? I cry, but it's gonna be okay. You know, you may see me with celebrities like J-Lo. You see me. I've been in 4 shows actually. I've been in a show called Wonder Boy. It was on Netflix. I realized it's no longer on Netflix. I have a clip on my YouTube channel, and I was on a show called 24 Hour Catwalk. They sell the video on Amazon. And I was on another show. I was on one episode of Born to Style. And I was on a show with P. Diddy, Sean John, whatever. And what else was I on? I worked backstage, Project Runway. Yeah, I was on a show called The Cut, actually. I was the only tailor that speak in the show. It's called The Cut with Tommy Hilfiger. So I've done a lot, and I've done I have a big portfolio. I stay humble because The only thing I get crazy with is what I do for myself. I went to London and I debuted my line, and I was actually doing boxing, you know. Everyone looking at me strange. I was like in the background going like this. Because I was so happy that I get to leave the house and I get to, you know, put my clothes out there. But that's not exactly what I want to do. I want to do more, you know. So when the funds come from YouTube or wherever, I'm gonna take off, you know. I'm gonna take off like a plane, you know what I mean? So I can't wait for that time. So I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm going to be doing some classes, you know, just 1 and 2 classes so I can show somebody how to do something on YouTube. But before I do that, I have to get all these things fixed, you know. I have to get everything out of the way before I can do that. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing now. Yeah, thank you for believing in me. And it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. So, I don't know. I have this little space here that I'm gonna be using, put in the machines. I want to be able to walk between to go to my heat press machine, and I have a little screen print machine, and this is my table that I'm gonna cut on. So I'm gonna clean that up. Yeah. And I think I need to move the computer over before anything happens. Yeah. Move my computer. Oops, sorry. Yeah, my computer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just plug on this table here. I can plug in my computer. Okay. One down. One down. So, next, I think I'm gonna, it's not an easy job, you know, guys. This is crazy. But I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. Uh, it's a lot of work. Let me see. Yeah, I have a friend that her name was Grace Edwards, and she was a fashion designer, and you know she died. She died some months ago. You know, Grace did a lot of shows, and I'm telling you, it's so sad. So yeah, Grace just gone. She was 50-something years old. So, you know, we really have to try to fulfill our dream before anything happens, because we never know. Like today you're here, tomorrow you're gone. You know. So we really have to take care of ourselves to the best of our ability. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, you know the consequences of not taking care of ourselves. And guys, this month I'm gonna tell you a secret. This month I'll be 60 years old. So I don't have any time to waste, you know? Don't tell anyone though, I know. Yep. Yeah, I don't have any more time to waste. I don't have any more time to waste. I just gotta get this done. Yeah. Just gotta get this done. And I think a family member said today, if it's not happening for you, why don't you do nursing? Like, why would I go do nursing? You know, sometimes if we don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. Because for somebody who love fashion and love to do, you know, I'm not just like anybody. You know, you have folks that say they're designers and they're not. Like me, like a friend said, I eat fashion, sleep fashion, and drink fashion. Right? And I laugh when he said that, but that's what I do. And even when I did nursing before, and when I did nursing, I was altering the doctor's clothes. I was taking home clothes on the weekend. He said to me, he threw the book at me, he said, Sharon, go do fashion and let your daughter become a doctor. Yeah. I used to write prescription. I used to do so many. Like in the hospital in Jamaica, I work in histology, I work in biochemistry, I work in a donor room where they donate blood. I worked in the morgue. I came here, I volunteered at Lincoln Hospital. I worked with a dermatologist for 6 years. But that's not what I love to do. I love to do fashion. So if I go to work somewhere, I'm gonna be altering people's clothes at that job. You know? So you can't take the fashion out of me. I was born to be a fashion designer. I was born to be making and altering clothes or whatever. I actually start sewing at 8 years old. Yep, 8 years old. I remember my grandma used to send me hand-me-down clothes to Jamaica. And my mom used to put them in this barrel. And she used to keep them in the barrel until Christmas. And then Christmas, she would have us gather around and she would give us what what she think could fit us. And none of the clothes could fit me. I outgrew them. And then she started to, she was sad, and I said to her, I'm going to make my own clothes. And I started sewing by hand. Then I get one of those machines that you use your hand to spin it around. And then I got another machine where you use your feet, right? And then I sew by hand. The first dress I made, there was no zipper. It wasn't stretch. So I went to the shower. I spread it on the bed, went to the shower, and came out, lotioned myself, tried to put my clothes on. There was no zipper, so I couldn't get it. It doesn't matter how I tried, did all of that, it didn't work. So what I did after that, I took a blade and I slit the back. I didn't know how to fold it and slit it straight. No, I slit it like this. And I fold the edges and I sew it by hand. And when I went down the street, I was just showing off because, I was a little girl that I was fast, used to walk and twitch, So a lady saw me and said, stop shaking up your boobs. Stop shaking up your boobs. I said, okay, I felt so bad. I didn't know I was doing that. And she said, I like your dress. And I spun around and I did like this. And she go, she laughed at me. And I said, what happened? She said, the back, the zipper is not right. I said, one day I'm going to get it. And then I went to secondary school and they did a test on me. I sew very well, but I want to be in a typing class because I did like the aristocrats. All these girls, they want to work in a bank and they want to be accountant, and I wanted to be like that. So I was in the class and the teacher came and said, come, you're going to the sewing class. I started to cry and the girls were just laughing at me because I wasn't sophisticated enough. Anyway, they were laughing at me and I went back to the class afterwards and I said, when you guys are working in the bank, I'm going to be the one making your clothes. And they laughed at me even more. Now when I grew up, some of them contact me and said, Sharon, I remember when you said that. I said, mm-hmm. Because they saw me with the celebrities and they were shocked. Isn't that something? That's crazy, right? Crazy story. So, yeah. I made this decoupage thing. Yeah, I made this. Yeah, I can make bras from this. See? Stiff cake. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing some real great stuff, but yeah, I'm waiting for the funds. And I thought YouTube would monetize me already, but nope. I don't know. I know what I did wrong to YouTube. I thought I have enough views to get monetized, but they said they'll let you know when. So I just have to keep working. Just keep working. In the meantime, yeah, just keep working. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm gonna try to come on more often, but keep checking back. And if you not subscribe, if you don't subscribe yet, try to subscribe and hit the notification bell and leave a comment, because I notice a lot of people don't leave comments, and it will help me out a lot if you leave comment. And you can also share my page to someone and ask them, like ask your family please to subscribe to my channel, because that will really help me a lot. That will help me to move faster. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that one day when I did this dress, here, um, I was in a factory and I went inside and I saw my dress lined up between Calvin Klein and Rag and Bone, and I was so excited. Oh my God! I just kept walking back and forth. I said, I'm between Calvin Klein and Rag and Bone. I'm in the middle. Yeah, that right there motivates me a lot. I'm getting my clothes done in the same factory where you have Calvin Klein and Rag and Bone. Oh my God, that's big. I mean, because they're out there and I'm not out there 100% yet. So that made me like, the owner for the factory was happy for me, because that's all I spoke about. I didn't even I didn't even try to find out if my clothes was done properly or nothing. I was just flabbergasted. I was just running all over the place saying Calvin Klein, Rag and Bone, Sharon E. Clark, Calvin Klein, Rag and Bone, Sharon E. Clark, or Sharon E. Clark. Oh no, Calvin Klein, Sharon E. Clark, Rag and Bone. Oh my God. I wish I did take a picture, but yeah. Yeah, guys, it's gonna happen, right? So, woo, 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 woo. Now, talk later. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. Okay? All right. Bye. Have a great evening. Bye. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. How do I click out? Say.